Welcome to the video lecture series on number systems. We will be learning about remainder theorem today. Remainder theorem is a very popular theorem which is connected with solving the problems in aptitude. And we will be learning about this remainder theorem and its techniques in today's video lecture. This is Dr.K.N.Sivabalan. So, first, what is meant by remainder theorem? Now, as far as remainder is concerned, so remainder can have a positive remainder and it can have a negative remainder. Now, what is meant by positive remainder? Let us assume that I want to divide 2 by 3. Okay. Now, what will be the remainder? When 2 is getting divided by 3, the answer will be 2 because 2 is not divisible by 3. So, answer is 2. Now, what is the other way? This is called as positive remainder. 2 is called as a positive remainder. Now, if I actually again apply 2 by 3. Now, how much times 2 is actually less than 3? Now, it is actually minus 1 times less than 3. So, now the answer is minus 1. Okay. Now, we do not have a negative remainder here. We get minus 1. So, answer cannot be a negative 1. So, what you have to do is we take the divisor. Now, what is the divisor? Divisor is 3. And what is the remainder? Remainder is actually minus 1. So, the answer is actually 2. Now, similarly, this applies for any case also. Say, for example, let us assume that I want to divide 573 by 575. Now, we apply negative remainder. How much is less? 573 is less than 575. It is minus 2 less. Okay. So, you will get minus 2 as a remainder. Since you are getting minus 2 as a remainder, negative answer, divisor is 575 minus 2 is equal to 573 is the remainder. So, the answer is 573. So, this applies like this, it goes like this. So, we will see a certain set of examples in this case. Now, let us assume that I have 1088 in 1089. Okay, I want to divide this by 1089. Okay, now how much is less? This is minus 1 less than 1089 and this is 0. The difference is actually 0. So, minus 1 into 0. So, the answer remainder is actually 0 here. Minus 1 into 0, the remainder is 0. So, you will get an answer like this. Now, we can also apply another methodology similar to this. Now, 172 is into 173. Now, I want to divide by 175. Okay, what will be the remainder? So, this is minus 3 less than 175. This is minus 2 less than 175. So, minus into minus plus 3 into 2 is 6. So, the remainder is 6. Now, we will go for another example. 172 into 177 divided by 175. Now, I want to find the remainder in this case. So, this is minus 3 less than 175. This is plus 2 more than 175. Okay. So, the remainder here is plus 2. Remainder is plus 2. Here it is minus 3. Minus 3 into plus 2 is minus 6. You have a negative remainder. Once you have a negative remainder, minus from the divisor. Minus from the divisor. Divisor is 175. Minus 6 is equal to 169 is the remainder. Now, 169 is the remainder. So, that is about remainder theorem. Now, we can apply this for power also. We can apply this mechanism for power also. Just I will change the color for this. Okay. Now, let us assume that I have minus 5, sorry, I have 5 to the power of 13, 6. Okay. Now, I want to find the remainder in this case. Now, 5 is actually minus 1 less than 6. So, I can write it as minus 1 to the power of 13 divided by 6. Okay. So, minus 1 power is actually an odd number. Odd number to the power of minus 1 will be minus 1. So, the answer is minus 1. Now, you have a remainder a divisor called as 6, negative answer on this side. So 6 minus 1, divisor minus 1. So the answer is actually 5 is an answer. So that's about remainder here. So we can have remainder in the form of positive value and you can have in the form of negative value. So whichever value which is suitable for working out the problem, we can apply on our own convenience. Now that's about the remainder theorem. Now we'll step inside the problems for solving this remainder theorem oriented problems. Now find the remainder of 1023 into 1024 into 1025. So I want to find the remainder 1023 into 1024 into 1025 by 1022. Now this is 1 more than 1022, this is 2 more than 1022 and this is 3 more than 1022. So now 1 into 2 into 3. Now see here, when the problem has multiplication symbol, you have to multiply the remainders also. When the problem have addition symbol, you have to add the remainders. So that is the meaning of this. So 1 into 2 is 2, 2 into 3 is 6. So the remainder is 6 in this case. Now we can actually solve the same case for addition also. 1023, 1024 plus 1025. So now 1022. Okay. Now this is 1 more and this is 2 more and this is 3 more. Okay. Now 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is actually 6. So you will get the same answer here. Now let us apply another mechanism for this, another problem. Now in this case, now we will take another problem here. Okay, now I change the color here. Okay. Now 1072 plus 1073 divided by 1071. Now what will be the answer now? This is actually 1 more, this is actually 2 more. Okay, so what will be the remainder? 1 plus 2 is actually 3 is the remainder. So that's about remainder theorem. We will go for the next problem. Now in this case 234 plus 235 by 237. Okay, so 234 plus 235 plus 237 divided by 233. Now see here, this is 1 more, this is 2 more, 237 is actually 4 more. Okay. Now when we add 1 plus 2 plus 4, 1 plus 2 plus 4 is equal to 7 will be the answer for this case. So the remainder is 7. Now go for another problem. So 2032. So what will be the remainder? So we will write here 2032 into 2035 into 2036. Okay. So this kind of problems can be solved in a very simple fashion. Now this is minus 2 less than 2034 and this is plus 1 more than 2034 and this is 2 more than 2034. Now 2 into 1 is 1, minus 2, 2 into 1 is minus 2, minus 2 into 2 is equal to minus 4. Now you have a negative answer. When you get a negative answer, you have to minus from the divisor. Now the divisor is 2034 minus 4. So the answer is 2030 is the answer for this case. Okay. Now we will go for another problem. First problem is we will find the remainder for this both problems. First we will take 2 to the power of 34. So 2 to the power of 34 divided by 3. Now this 2 is minus 1 less than 3. So it is minus 1 less than 3. So 2 to the power of 34. Now see here, when negative number power is actually a even number, then it will be resulting in 1. Say for example, 1 into 1 minus 1 will be 1 because you have power of 2 in this case. Okay, minus 1 into minus 1 is minus 1 whole square. It is power of 2. When the number is even, minus will become plus. So in this case, minus 1 to the power of 34. 34 is an even number, so automatically it will have 1 as a remainder. Okay, now when we go for this one, 7 to the power of 31, I will change the case now, color. 7 to the power of 31. So 7 to the power of 31 divided by 8. Okay, now 7 is actually minus 1 less than 31 divided by 8. Okay, now in this case what will happen? Now minus 1 to the power of 31 is odd. When number is odd, you will get an answer called as minus 1. Now what is the divisor? Divisor is 8. So 8 minus 1 is equal to 7 is an answer for this. So you will get an answer called as 7. So hope so you are able to understand this. Now the next problem is 5 to the power of 31 to the power of 6. Now 5 to the power of 31 to the power of 6 into 4 to the power of 33 to the power of 5 to the power of 5. Now 5 to the power of 31 is 5 is minus 1 short of 6. So it can be written as minus 1 to the power of 31 divided by 6 into 4 is actually minus 1 short of 5. Okay. Now minus 1 to the power of 31 is odd. So you will get an answer called as minus 1 into, now minus 1 to the power of 33 is again odd. Again you will get minus 1. So minus 1 into minus 1 will be plus 1. So the answer is 1 here. So the answer is 1 in this case. The remainder is 1 in this case. I will go for the next one. So 2 to the power of 50. Now see here, so far whatever the values you are getting will be above or below 1 less than above, 1 above or 1 below. Say for example, if you have 2, the divisor will be 3. If you have 15, the divisor will be 16, so on and so forth. It will be 1 less than that. But in this case, the case is very different. Now we are going to apply this. Now 2 to the power of 50 divided by 16. Now in what way actually this 2 to the power of 16 can be written? 2 to the power of 4. 16 can be written as 2 to the power of 4. Now we will actually try to map it now. So to map this 16, now 2 to the power of 4 is equal to 16. Now what we will do is we will write this 2 to the power of 50 in terms of, in 4 terms. So 50 divided by 4, it goes 12 times and the remainder is actually 2. Remainder is actually 2. So we will write it now. So 2 into 4 to the power of, quotient is actually 12 now. So 12 into, now we have another 2 remainder, 2 is remaining. So 2 to the power of 2 divided by 16. Okay. Now it can be written as 16 to the power of 12 into 2 squared divided by 16. Now 16 cancels, so that means it is 0 will be the remainder. When 16 minus 16, 0 will be the remainder. So in this case 0 to the power of 12 into 2 squared. Okay, 0 to the power of anything will be 0. So the answer is 0 will be the answer in this case. So I hope so that you are able to understand this problem. So we will go for the next one. Find the remainder for 3 to the power of 50 divided by 28. Now we can write this 28 in terms of 3 to the power of 3. So we will just make 1 less than this divisor. Okay, we will make this 3 1 less than this divisor. So it can be written as 3 to the power of 3. 3 to the power of 3 is actually 27. Now, what is the original power? It is 50. So what we will do is we will write 3 in terms of 3. So 50 divided by 3, it goes 16 times. And what will be remaining? So it will be 2 will be remaining. Okay, it goes 16 times. Quotient is 16 and remainder is 2. Now we will do one thing. We will write this 3 in terms of 3 to the power of 3, and the quotient is actually 16. So we will apply here into 3 to the power of 2. Remainder is actually 2 here. So 3 to the power of 2 divided by 28. Now you know that 3 to the power of 3 is 27 to the power of 16 into 3 squared is 9 divided by 28. Now 27 is 1 short of 28. So minus 1 to the power of 16 divided by 9 into 9 divided by 28. Okay. Minus 1 to the power of 16. 16 is even number. Even number means minus 1 will become plus 1. So the answer will be 1 into 9 is equal to 9 will be the answer for this case. So the answer is 9 for this case. Now I will go for the next one. Now 5 to the power of 113 divided by 24, we want to find the remainder. Now when 5 will be 1 above than this 24. So we can write it as 5 squared is equal to 25, isn't it? Now how many numbers are here? It is 113. So what we will do is we want to write this 5 in terms of 2. So 113 divided by 2. How many times it goes? It goes 56 times and the remainder is 1. So the remainder is 1. Now we will write this 5 squared and the quotient is actually 56. So 5 to the power of 56 into remainder is 1 here. So 5 to the power of 1 divided by 24. Now it can be written as 25 to the power of 56 into 5 to the power of 1 divided by 24. Now this 25 is 1 more than 24. So we will write it as 1 to the power of 56 into 5 to the power of 1 divided by 24. So the remainder is 1 to the power of 56 is 1. 1 into 5 to the power of 1 is 5. So 1 into 5, the answer is 5 is a remainder now. So 5 is called as a remainder in this case. I will go for the next problem. Now here we have 31. So 2 can be written in terms of 2 to the power of 5 to become 32. So 2 to the power of 5 is equal to 32. That is 1 more than the divisor. Okay. So similarly, 3 to the power of 3 can be written as 27. So what we will do is we will write 2 in terms of 5 and 3 in terms of 3. So what will happen is 2 to the power of 31. 31 divided by 5 is equal to, how many times it goes? It goes 6 times and remainder is 1. Remainder is 1. Now and similarly 3 to the power of 24. So 24 divided by 3 has to be written in terms of 3. So 3, it goes how many times? 8 times and remainder is 0. Okay. So now we will just rewrite this equation now. So 2 to the power of 5 and 5 quotient is actually 6 and remainder is actually we have 1 here. So 2 to the power of 1 divided by 31 into, now see here this question 24, 3 to the power of 3, 3 to the power of 3. So we will write 3 to the power of 3 and quotient is actually 8 here. So 8 divided by 28. Okay. 2 to the power of 5, 32 to the power of 6 into 2 to the power of 1 divided by 31 into 3 to the power of 3 is 27, 27 to the power of 8 by divided by 28. Now 32 is 1 more than 31. So 1 to the power of 6 into 2 to the power of 1 divided by 31 into 27 is minus 1 short of 28. So minus 1 to the power of 8 divided by 28. Now when we just closely observe this, 1 to the power of 6 is 1, 1 into 2 is 2 and minus 1 to the power of 8 is actually 1 itself. Okay. So 2 into 1, the answer is 2 itself. So in this case you get, first case you will get 2 by 31 into 1 by 28. So 2 into 1, the answer is 2 alone. So now the remainder is 2 in this case. So thanks for watching the video. Have a good day.